All right, so I was gonna make a crazy Chiquita video about this, but it's kind of a serious thing because sometimes this can take an emotional toll on women. So perhaps in your life, you've had a guy, right? And you can let me know if this is something you've experienced, say to you, whether that's your faith, your values, your qualities, all of the things that you possess in your heart and in your life. He says, you are the kind of woman that I'll be looking for a couple of years down the road, but you're not the kind of woman that, I'm ready to date right now. Why? Because he wants to keep his options open and then settle down with a woman like you later on in his life. This is something that you should run far away from. Because when a woman is told this, there are a couple of problems that I see and I talk with women about, right? They hear this, your wife material. Women, they ask themselves, and I see women falling into this thinking of, okay, I want him to like me now and I want him to date me now, so what way do I need to change myself so that he will? If you are trying to think, okay, well, how can I, be a little less wife material in order for him to like me now or want to date me now or be ready for me now, it's a big problem. And that's not the kind of man that you want to be dating right now. The kind of man that I hope that your heart desires for is a man who sees all the value that you bring as a woman, your beauty, your qualities, all of those things, and wants to date you in a marriage-minded way, in a serious way. A couple of weeks ago, I had a friend reach out to me and she just wanted to talk about some of the things that she experienced in dating that she has heartache that women are still experiencing now. And this was one of those things. And she said, I was talking with my brother about this once, and he called it shelving. This thing where you say, I'm not ready to date a person of your caliber at this time. I'm going to put you back on the shelf, right? And I'll be ready for you in a couple of years. Acting like you're supposed to wait until he's ready, and come back to you. And you're like, bye, see you later. I'm not gonna wait around until you're ready for a woman like me. That's the other thing that messes with women's minds. They're like, okay, well, he said he'll be ready for me in a couple of years. Like, should I wait for him? The answer is no. The answer is always no. You don't wait around for, some guy to keep his options open and play the field and, come back to you and be like, oh, I'm so great. I know you've been waiting for me all this time. The reality is that I hope that no, you haven't. That what you are looking for and what you should be looking for is not a man who wants to just put you on the shelf. And this goes both ways in dating relationships, women who are commitment phobic and all those things. There's a lot of commitment phobia all across dating. But the kind of man that you would want to be looking for is the man who sees you, not even as material, right? Not wife material. That term is like, ugh, because you're not material. You're a person and a unique woman, individual, made in the image and likeness of God. You're not just material for anything. When someone's just not ready for a relationship, that's one thing. To say, I'm not ready for a relationship, I'm not ready for a serious relationship, I'm not looking for a relationship, is one way to say things. But I'll be ready for you in a couple of years really messes with women's minds. So I'm making this short and sweet because I want you to be aware of that concept, as he called it, of shelving. That you are not some object to be put on the shelf and have your mind messed with to say, okay, well, what do I need to do for him to want to date me now? Like, just to put all that out of your head. And if a man says this to you, say, great, then you are certainly not the guy for me, and I'm not going to wait around for you, because that's not what I was designed to do. That's not what I was born to do. And I have so much more value and worth, and I'm so aware of how much I bring to the table in a dating relationship. And I'm going to make sure, if marriage is on the horizon for me, it will be a man who sees that. Who doesn't just want to put me on the shelf and come back in a couple of years, but a man who sees that today, right now. If this crops up, your wife material for down the road, you say, great, then it is time to part ways, and not to emotionally invest, allow yourself to be strung along, allow yourself to be played with, manipulated, and just keep emotionally investing in there with a guy who does not want to take you seriously right now, with a guy who doesn't want to commit to you right now, to not even, waste your time and effort and energy in life in that, in something that it might never be anything, and you might be strung along the whole entire time. And we've talked about that, in the last year. Women who stay in those situationships, I have my video on situationships, I'll link that below, for 3 months and then 6 months and then a year down the road, thinking and waiting and hoping and waiting for him to come back and be ready for her. And it's just so much mental and emotional exhaustion that no woman should allow herself to be put through. I want you to have that confidence. I want you to have that self-awareness, and I want you to have an awareness of those words and how important it is to have your heart open to a man who sees you, not years down the road, but today, if that's something that you are ready for. Anyway, let me know what you think. Have you ever been told this in your life? Share your stories. I love when you guys share your stories in the comments. Just wanted to touch on this and have this video live here forever. That's all for today. Talk to you soon. Bye.